Hey guys, welcome back to Trekyards. He is Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Phil.
And today we're here to talk about episode 7 of season 4 of Lower Decks, A Few Badgies More.
Which is actually a title that represents the episode. Like, directly. Almost at the crescendo of the season. I guess 7, with 8, 9, and 10. Not a lot left. What do you think of episode 7?
I really enjoyed this one. I really did. I thought this was a fantastic one. We got some character redemptions. We got some new characters. We also got some really interesting fact about the mystery ship, which is fantastic, and it's kind of what people have been saying, that they're not actually getting destroyed, but I don't buy that. They say they're stealing the ships, but I've seen wreckage, so I don't buy that. Anyway, maybe stealing the crews for sure. No, it was fun. It was a fun episode. I really enjoyed seeing Badgy back, and of course Agamus and Peanut Hamper. And even though Peanut Hamper's been redeemed, I still can't stand Peanut Hamper. I cannot stand her voice. It just sounds evil. But yeah, I think it was a fun episode. And got some action. You got the Cerritos damaged. You got to see some other ships. And even starts out with a Binar ship, which is a nice touch. So lots to like here, especially for Trekyards. Like I said, seeing the ships was awesome. And kind of moving forward on the mystery ship thing was good. So they're doing every little episode except for the one. I think there's one episode 3, that didn't have anything about the mystery ship. So it's definitely in the upper part of this season for me. So how about you?
So I don't know how I feel. I think I'll decide at the end of the second watch and this chat with you. I'm kind of, I don't know, Stuart, because lots happened, but it both felt rushed because they crammed so much in, but also stuff finally started happening, but then also like that's the end of our Badgy storyline, the end of our, like, it feels like it's lots of finalities when they were kind of implying abstractly that there would be a giant team up of AIs that would fight everybody, and that was a red herring fan speculation, didn't happen. So it's kind of odd to see so many plot threads be just ended in one episode. I would have thought this would be a two-parter. Like, conceptually, if you bring these 3 characters back, I thought it'd be more than this. So it's odd to just burn through it so quickly. I don't know how I feel about that, right? It might be exciting on second watch or confusing on first watch. Again, Alien Ship is being strung along still. I think 7 in's a little bit sad how little we know 7 in. I kind of don't want episodics now. I kind of want 3 on these races. I'm done with episodics this season, I think. Although the twist at the end is certainly... We debate this, right? So it was always an option for us. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, they're being saved. And I guess maybe it's a sort of visual joke of all the wreckage that we see is almost the same shots recycled because they release the same wreckage for each ship, like the same pattern of wreckage, because no one's going to necessarily compare galaxies apart, etc.
Well, I did like seeing the Badgies split. We got Goodgy, we got Logic-y. Well, we had... Yeah.
I think was the most clever.
Yeah. Sorry, we had Logic-y. He died. Spoilers!
But not forgotten, because he was great.
No. Just the whole, parents aren't responsible for their children's actions thing was interesting as well. And to bring Goodgy back aboard the Cerritos seemed a little sketch, because I think there would have been some hoops to jump through in that regard with the command crew and Starfleet. But it's okay. And I like how Tendy's like, I'm just going to leave. Like, I don't trust this guy. So I don't know if Goodgy is going to become bad again at some point. I don't know.
No, Stuart, that'd be Badgy.
I know. They got to get Badgy back. Goodgy just sounds dumb.
Although I guess that is the joke. They're trying to have put together Badgy is Badgy. I guess that makes sense. I never put that two and two together. And I think that's definitely a strong part of the episode. It's not what you'd expect to have happened, but it's so creative that it's just different, right? And I like the fact that Badgy's evil is so strong that to keep being evil, you have to purge so many parts of yourself. I kind of wanted that, honestly, to go a little bit further and do 1 or 2 more, just to push the joke even further, because it was going in a fun direction. I'm fine with 2. 2 is good, right? But I liked both the versions that were there. And I really did like, obviously, the Great Koala leveling up. That said, of course, Stuart, Control, AI, sentient AI from the future, did the same thing, trying to create a network of computers to take a Federation, kind of worked. And then Prodigy created a network of computers that would take over ships, sort of worked, but limitation. So a 50 years in the future Valnica organic living AI can't do, and a 7th century AI can't do it. But Badgy can take over every single ship in this Federation through subspace, no problem. It's like we just see this record several times recently, and yet he did it easily in seconds. In seconds! With a shitty freighter ship thingy. It seemed effortless, because Badgy ain't that smart. I don't know, what do you think? Because it was really easy.
Even in Picard, the same kind of thing happens, so in a different way.
And in Picard, Stuart. Sorry, you're right. All 4...
Yes, I know. When that was happening, I'm like, oh, here we go with this again. Wow. No, I think it was pretty.
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Where does it stack in your lineup of favorite AI take over the fleet of the past 5 years? Because we've had so many, you can do a top 10 list almost.
I think it's probably number 3 or 4. Yeah, I think Prodigy did it much better. But no, it was interesting to see the realization of, oh my God, I know everything. Why am I doing this? And then this, past, present, and future, and just, leveling up to a higher plane, I thought was interesting.
Yeah, I'd say it's my second favorite. I think Prodigy was the best because the emotional weight was so strong and the payoff was so strong, but it now feels so much more limited in comparison because either there's a range and they couldn't affect everything, they couldn't affect star bases, unless they're in range. Badgy did everybody, and they clearly said it was everybody. But I really liked the fact they made him good, that just getting that much knowledge, because knowledge is key to being more evolved. I mean, people with more education tend to be more nice in theory, unless they go evil genius. But then it's the other, it's too much information almost. But I of course, I feel like really did just. It's a comedy, 26-minute animated Rick and Morty show, right? They're not going to go into the hardcore Trek lore science, but I don't know if Badgy can subspatially connect everything in the Federation, because no one can do that because the network's not that good. There's always a limit.
Fast, that's for sure.
There's always a limitation. Otherwise, not every ship's connected at all times. That felt too much. Like, Otherwise, Prodigy should have been done, right? And Badgy's not more advanced than the Prodigy construct. And I guess you could argue Badgy wasn't controlling anything. He was just accessing, therefore it's less data. But then control is just a switch, as an vent atmosphere, which we joked about in other versions of this. They could kill everybody, and they don't. But I thought the payoff was really good, and actually I liked so Prodigy was heart-shatteringly slow and murderous. This was radically quick because of the switch of perspective. So I liked them for those two opposite ends of the spectrum. But it did feel like a bit of a trope. I thought we were doing this again. But then the Great Koala kind of saves it, because, evolving.
Yeah. And the Black Mountain. Thank you, Paramount.
And even evolved in the same... Well, yeah. Oh, God damn it, yeah. And even evolved in the same way as the guy did that Tendi helped. So there's an internal logic that they're utilising, very strong. I'm sure we'll see at some point a God episode where we see that guy, the koala. There's now a meta above story from... I was kind of expecting, honestly, Badgy to zip through that portal and see the koala in another scene. I thought that was going to be a double joke. But I think they're really trying to hold on to the mystery of the old, higher universe. Although he did put Q on the same... not necessarily podium, because he wouldn't know the koala exists until he was shown him, but that was good to kind of say, maybe they're of a similar-ish power, maybe kind of-ish.
The other thing I really liked was that Boimler wasn't an idiot. He was in control of the situation the whole time. Kind of like, yep, you do your thing. This isn't something that Starfleet can clean up after an hour. Like, I thought he was going to kind of get duped, and I love that he had the upper hand the whole time, because Tendy's like, I can get these force fields off. And it's like, no. So I
I'm
like
a
that
first
aspect
sister
of it.
Orion assassin boy. I'm like, oh, I know. I know.
Yeah. Yeah. So seeing that's like kind of smugness going on there, and Agamus is just going right along with it, I thought was fun. And I didn't expect that necessarily. I did expect them to all kind of get duped. And I don't know. See, I also expected that Peanut Hamper actually didn't get parole. Like, they caught on to it. And so the whole time, Tendy's kind of like, oh, yeah, it was a great speech. So I didn't expect that. But the fact that Peanut Hamper actually had a change of heart and went to hang out with her dad, Kevin. Sorry, Mr. Hamper. Was interesting, and I don't know how I feel about that particularly, because I do not like Peanut Hamper. I still don't, and no redemption arc's going to change that. But I did like that Boimler had the upper hand the whole time. I kind of knew what was going on, had a plan, and wasn't being, played for the dupe ensign that Agamus thought he was to begin with. So I like that. That was great.
Yeah, it's well said, and it's an episode that you do not know where it's going at any point, and it right turns every other mile. So that's what I mean. Second watch would be entirely different. I think just radically different as a watch. Because conceptually, I liked all the prison stuff. It was really fun to see a prison for robots with a yard. I mean, it's stupid. It would never happen, but it's really fun to see, and I liked it. And the evil robot with a great evil name, and then doing the garden and the evil robots, the drones that are like the face of evil, whatever. No, the season 1 episode, the drones is great. Just evil versions with little black horns. I mean, simple but very effective. And what a great performance for Jeffrey Combs. Really good job. Put a lot of character in that. And it's nice when you've got Wayoon and Brunt and someone else who I can't remember right now. The level of performance you can deliver that's radically different and yet still be you. That's really impressive, because it's a really good performance. You really felt for the guy, and the blue light is a good joke, and so many good jokes. It's just like it's very dense and confusing, but that's first watch, right?
Blue Light should have reminded you of the other character he played, Shran. That's the one you missed in your lineup there.
Tran, thank you. Yeah. Oh,
yeah, the blue light being good trope is funny too. Yeah, absolutely.
Because Boylan was interesting, because it like he's gonna be evil. That's kind of the point. Not to be rude, but he's literally programmed to be evil, right? Like, he's evil until he's not. But then I think the takeover planet thing rubbed me a little bit the wrong way, because what if Agamus killed like 1 million people? It's like, I can fix this in a day. You can't unmurder people, Boimler, and you weren't keeping track of all the drones. You're locked in that room. So I think that was a stupid thing, a flippant thing to say, because clearly you're not going to cause that much chaos without killing lots of people. But if you're trying a more appropriate way of being silly fun rather than take over fun, but then if you look at it as a less murdery way, then they do that. Yes, they can take over the whole planet in like an afternoon, because it's heavily implied it's like over the course of several hours, which I kind of would like if they'd gone even further with a joke at the end, or like maybe the Boyman log at the start of the mission shuttle saying, stardate it's 6 p.m. we're going to find Agamus. 7 p.m. we've been kidnapped. 8 p.m. we've taken over a planet. 9 p.m. on the beach. 10, it's like, and then at the end the captain's like, how was your afternoon? Well, it's cram packed with things, because that would have made it even funnier. Because why wouldn't it be rescued? Why was there no search party? Because it doesn't. It takes days or weeks to go between planets. So to get from Earth to planet to subjugate, which is not in Federation space, presumably, or at least not close, and then to the planet with Pinhamper, that's potentially months of travel. No one cared and tried to rescue him for months. Because it's only a shitty shuttle. Like they can't go fast. I mean, I had this problem with one of my Trek shorts. I tried to say, 5 light years for a runabout. Yeah, mate, you can't do that in a day. You can do like 2.1 light years at higher speed. Like, you can't go very far. And there's no way as a subjugatable planet of lizard people 12 minutes from Earth, right? Like, that's months away.
I have a feeling this whole thing took place within a day.
For sure. It can't.
Just the way it's played.
It can't, and that certainly hurts the episode, because it's pushing logic so far past breaking point, right? You can't just traverse. It's not Star Wars. You can't go here or there.
But all Star Trek does that when the script needs it. There's always the problem with distances and travel.
Well, TOS tried really hard,
Well, they did.
And then TNG tried often very different. I mean, Enterprise tried exceptionally hard. They wanted to put comm relays. I mean, it's part of the meaningfulness. Otherwise, Enterprise could get to Earth and back in the same afternoon.
That's all, contingent on the story, whether it needs to be an issue or whether it just doesn't matter. So, yeah.
And it could have been really satisfying, actually, if it had been, kidnapped for 6 months. And I was like, where have you gone? Because he was sending messages the entire time. Don't worry, this is Kidnap month 3 and we're fine. We're doing the second leg of our cross-universal.
Yeah.
That could have been really funny, right? They could have pushed that joke and make it whatever. So, again, I think I'm sensing problems I had with it that I didn't know as I was watching it, but those things structurally are a bit silly, obviously. But the ending's lovely. Being a friend is nice. Meeting the parents is lovely. Not speaking is funny. It's kind of satisfying, The little ex-comp that tried to make it. And I think Pamper said at the start, joined Starfleet to get back at her parents, hence the stupid name as well. But now, we've done that whole Starfleet thing and the whole marrying a crow bird person thing. You know what? Home Station was not half bad. But they're not dating. He made it very clear.
No.
Clearly there's romance in the air. Come on, clearly.
And we got to take into account that, and accept the fact that she had a change of heart and isn't going to change her mind again to be evil at some point because something's going to happen. I can see her coming back as a baddie again.
Yep. I mean, clearly very... But I like that, right? That's kind of fun. I'm absolutely fine with that. Mariner, not really anything in this episode, but some decent little one-liners. Tendi, I love the sand joke. I thought that was really sweet because there's no stakes. You can have fun with it, and I like their fun. The twist at the end about the Binar thing, that was fun. Just Binars in general, awesome. And I even put on the subtitles second watch thinking, oh, what are they saying? Oh, they don't know. It's just gibberish because Binars are so alien we don't know what they're saying.
Yeah, and seeing the subspace network infect all the stations and ships, it's got some nice ship shots in there, which I appreciated. So
that's why
for that.
That's why I keep. I've said that many times this season by itself. More seasons, more assets built. Throwing in stuff becomes easy because every single one of those was either pre-used or just load up and quickly do. So you got huge scope. 5 years ago, seeing those in a montage would have been like, yeah. Now it's like, yeah, but of course you can.
One thing I just realized: no T'Lyn again. T'Lyn's been absent from a few episodes, completely absent.
I mean, yeah. I guess where would you have put T'Lyn? Because she would have been an absolute third wheel in the kidnapping. Bridge wouldn't have been useful. And on the ship would have been too logical. Although it would have been kind of fun to see Badgy logic versus T'Lyn logic. They could have had logic off. I guess it would have been crowded. There's a reason you picked the 4 at the start, but then end up doing 2
She could have been beginning when they were testing the grappler and at the end when they were testing the grappler. She just didn't go on either of the missions.
That is true. Yeah, it would have been funny if she was at the end and she's like, hello, I repaired the grappler. Turns out you were out of alignment by this logical amount. You were all gallivanting. I was doing my job. I guess it was their job too, but
small thing, but just wanted to point that out. So
I know it again, don't know why but the fact that Cerritos got busted again felt a bit odd to me. It used to be that when you see a ship get damaged, it was a big deal, and it was in the first 3 seasons. Every time it got bashed up, but it was very badly damaged again, and yet it's happened so many times it had no impact on me emotionally. I always felt they used the same shots a little bit, reuses. I don't know, that was a bit odd. I didn't need the go through shields bit. I could have just had normal.
The other thing I wondered is, did the Scavenger's captain get killed by Badgy when he got zapped? Because we didn't see him after that. So is he dead? Not
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. And they didn't even try and give us a timeline of Badgy. Because when did they find Badgy? How much did Badgy do? I thought, certainly...
They found him at the end of last season.
Yeah. So it's been days, weeks, months, years. I don't know. Not years, obviously. But I also I felt like they're implying, because I still was in the mindset, because again I was processing what they might be doing. I didn't guess anything, right? So I was like going places and it wasn't happening. By the tone of things, I assume Badgy turns up and is like, aha, more salvage. It looks like the Binars. I thought he was saying that like, aha, our plan's working. Our friends are doing the damage and we're the ones scavenging each ship. I thought he was the guy who was the accomplice to the baddie. I thought that was clearly implied. So if that not to be the case, I was also kind of surprised, because what the hell's Badgy been doing? Badgy's not going to be scavenging, I guess, the hollow things, but they wouldn't take that long to get hollow emitters. You know, what's happened in it's like 4 months of a sentient AI helper controlling a ship of, you know, slaves. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted more information there, because that's in theory a giant plot point, but it was entirely glossed over. Do you know what I mean? Okay. What did you think about that? Did you want to know more? Did you need to know more? Were you happy with knowing?
Would you like
less?
to know more? That's Starship Troopers, man.
Great.
Yeah, well, yeah, I never really considered it, but yeah, you would assume a few months have gone by with Badgy on that ship, so I don't know. What do you guys think? And what do you think? Do you want to know more?
Comment. Can we teach you a lesson by watching Trekyards?
Yes. Comment down below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel, notify yourself with the notification bell icon, and join us for edited videos as well as, you know, live videos.
And those live videos, we're going to talk about all the amazing things, including our anniversary, Stuart, 9 years. Holy moly, on the 11th of October. Huzzah, we've got an anniversary Drunkyards very, very soon. Like, very soon, guys, keep up with that. Join us to celebrate our 9 years, going to our 10th year of Trekyards. Huzzah. So if you want to support what we do here on this channel to let us get to that 10 and beyond, it's up to you. It's not up to us, it's up to you. Patreon, it is the monthly service. Any and all amounts do help what we do here on the show, on the channel, on the network. Or join the channel on YouTube, same thing but on YouTube. Or donate via PayPal, trekyards@hotmail.com, or super chatting during a live, or super thanksing during any video, or buy a shirt down below, or you can send a wallet to us with as much as you want.
It's true. So until next time, he's Commander Cox.
He's Captain Foley. Bye, guys.
See you guys later.